Assalamu alaikum students. How are you all? Hope all of you are fine and safe at your home. I am your science teacher and the unit we are going to learn today is unit number 9, physical and chemical changes of class 7th, starting from page number 105. Dear students, in science the two main types of changes are physical and chemical change. Today we are going to discuss physical change in detail. What is a physical change? A physical change is a type of change in which form of matter is changed but its chemical composition remains the same. For example, water freezing into ice, cutting a piece of wood into smaller pieces and so on. The form or appearance has changed but the properties of that substance are the same, like it has same melting point, boiling point and chemical composition. In other words, we can say that in physical change, the object changes, but the substance that make up an object means its composition, it remains the same. We have same substance before and after the change, and there is no formation of a new substance, only arrangement of particles or energy of particle is changed. Students, we can find a number of examples of physical changes that are occurring around us, and here you can see some example of physical change in the diagram. Boiling of water, drying of clothes, melting of ice cream, beating of metal, glowing of bulb, cutting of fruits and so on. In a physical change, we are talking about change of state. So here a question arises that in how many ways substances can change their state. So basically there are 4 ways substances can change their state and each change of state has its own name. Number 1, conversion of solid to a liquid is known as melting. Number 2, conversion of liquid to a gas is known as boiling. Number 3, conversion of gas to a liquid is known as condensing. And number 4, conversion of liquid to a solid is known as freezing. Students, here you can see in the picture that solid on heating turns into liquid in the process of melting, whereas liquid change into gas on heating by evaporation. On the other hand, gas turns into liquid by condensation and liquid changes into solid by process of freezing. There are basically 2 main physical changes that we are going to learn today. First of all, I will explain you about melting. What is melting? Melting is a simple process of conversion of solid into liquid. It is an endothermic process. Now what do you mean by endothermic process? It is a process in which heat or energy is absorbed. This energy is needed to overcome the power of intermolecular forces that keep the solid particles in their fixed position. Another term related to melting is melting point. Now what is melting point? The temperature at which a solid changes into a liquid is called a melting point. For example, ice melts at 0 degrees Celsius. It means that melting point of ice is 0 degrees Celsius. Students, what happened during the process of melting? During the process of melting, a solid is heated continuously. The particle of solids gain energy and start vibrate fastly. And at a specific temperature, the particles overcome the attractive forces between them and eventually break away from their positions. And at this point, solid is converted into liquid. Here in this diagram, you can clearly see the tightly packed particles of solid after gaining heat have left their main positions and overcome the attractive forces. So as a result, solid has turned into liquid. The second physical change we are going to discuss is boiling. Now what is boiling? Boiling is simply a process of conversion of liquid into gas. Boiling occurs at a fixed temperature During boiling, temperature remains constant. Heat is taken in during this process, and the temperature at which liquid is converted into gas is known as the boiling point of the substance. Liquid will remain at the boiling point until all the liquid has changed to gas. Now students, what happened during the process of boiling? During the process of boiling, a liquid is heated. The particles of liquid gain more and more kinetic energy and start moving rapidly. The particles overcome the attractive forces and spread far apart and move in all the directions. At this point, liquid is converted into gas. Here in the diagram, you can clearly see that the liquid particles after gaining heat have spread apart in all the directions, overcoming the attractive forces. As a result, liquid is turned into gas. Students, our next topic is properties of three different states of matter. We will start from the solid state. Here you can see the particle model of solid. In this model, you can clearly see that the particles are tightly packed together. Particles in solid vibrate only about their fixed positions. These vibrations increase as temperature increases. The degree to which the particles move is determined by the amount of energy they have and their relationship to other particles. The particles have less energy than particles in liquids and gases. Strong forces of attraction exist between the solid particles. Solids have definite shape and volume. Solids can't be compressed easily because particles are already packed very close. This is the diagram of particle model of liquid. Here you can see the particles are not very closely packed together and have enough spaces among them. Particles in liquid vibrate and move throughout the liquid. Particles in liquid have more energy than solids but less energy than gases. Strong forces exist between the particles of liquid. Liquids have definite volume but no definite shape. Liquids are dense because a lot of particles are present in a small volume. Liquids don't compress easily due to strong forces of attraction. Here you can see the particle model of gas. Particles in gas are arranged far apart in random movement. Particles vibrate and move anywhere. Particles in gases have more energy than solids and liquids. No forces of attraction exist between the gas particles. Gases have no definite shape and volume. Gases can be compressed easily because of large spaces present between the particles. Gases have low density as there are not many particles present in a large volume. Students, we have studied about the properties of three states of matter, solid, liquid and gas, and now we are going to discuss about the differences between them. If we talk about the properties like mass, shape and volume, then solids have definite mass, shape and volume, while liquids have definite mass and volume but no definite shape, whereas gases have definite mass but no definite shape and volume. Now let's come toward the next property, that is compressibility. What is compressibility? Compressibility means ability to be compressed. Solids cannot be compressed easily, while liquids also cannot compress easily, whereas gases can be compressed easily. Fluidity. What is meant by fluidity? Fluidity means ability of a substance to flow. Solid cannot flow whereas liquid and gases can flow easily. Our next property is rigidity. Solids are highly rigid while liquids are less rigid whereas gases are not rigid at all. Diffusion. What is diffusion? Diffusion means movement of particles from higher concentration towards lower concentration. The process of diffusion is very slow or almost negligible in case of solids, while it is fast in liquids and very fast in gases. Space between the particles. In solid, particles are closely packed together. In liquid, particles are less closely packed, and in gases, particles are least closely packed together. Interparticle forces. Strong forces of attraction exist between the solid particles, while weaker forces than in solids exist in liquids, whereas in case of gases, forces of attraction are negligible. Students, we have covered all the topics on page number 105 and 106. Now we will do the exercise questions related to this topic given on page number 117. Question number 1. Name the only state of matter that can be easily compressed, and its answer is gas. Question number 2. What happens to the speed at which particles move when they are heated? Speed of the particle increases when they are heated. Question number 3. Which two states of matter flow easily? So, the two states which can flow easily are gases and liquids. Question number 4. What is the arrangement of particles in a solid? In a solid, particles are closely packed together. Question number 5. What is opposite process to melting? Opposite process to melting is freezing, in which there is conversion of liquid state to a solid state. Question number 6. What will happen to the atoms or molecules of a substance when it boils, melts, freezes or condenses? So its answer is speed and energy of atom or molecules will increase if a substance boils or melts, whereas speed and energy of atom or molecule will decrease if a substance freezes or condenses. Thank you.